This is the Series 3 Apple Watch, and no, although it doesn't have the latest curvier body style like the newer Apple Watch do, but you can still buy this Apple Watch brand new. And it still is fully supported by Apple, as it is currently still running the latest firmware update, which is watchOS 7, and has been available for quite some time now. So in today's video, if you're a new user to this Apple Watch, or you're just upgrading, I'm going to go ahead and show you the new changes and some tips and tricks that there is to know about your Series 3 Apple Watch. And yes, some of these could also apply on some newer Apple Watches as well. Let's get started. So I am going to start off with the basics and work our way up to the more complex stuff. So starting off with the control center, you can access it literally by simply holding down the bottom part of the screen like so. It'll immediately pop up. You could do this even in an app as well. But some of the noticeable changes is if you hold down the Wi-Fi tab right like so, it will actually quickly take you to the Wi-Fi settings so you can quickly connect to a new Wi-Fi network if you have to. That's brand new. Here you can also pin your device. If you press and hold, it will actually cause your device to flash so you can locate it faster. The battery life tab here, if you tap on it, you not only see the battery life percentage right here of your watch, but if you have AirPods or other Bluetooth headphones, you can also see the battery life of those devices here as well. You do have the power reserve mode, so if you do have to squeeze out extra juice, you can always slide it here. It will literally turn your watch into an actual watch because that's all it's able to do. And to get out of this mode, simply just hold down the power button until the watch reboots itself. So out of that, back here, there's your silent. Of course, we already know about this. This is theater mode. When theater mode is enabled, it'll basically put your device on silent, but you'll still feel haptic feedbacks on notifications. If you want to see what notification popped up, you could just rotate the digital crown like so, and you take a quick peek of the display. And then back over here, you got the do not disturb. Of course, we already know about this. Here's a new bedtime bed mode toggle right here. When this is toggled, it will quickly turn all your devices, including your phone, into bedtime mode. And on your watch, you'll notice that it's on this new watch face. To exit out of this, simply rotate the digital crown, very similar to like the water, and you're out. And then next to that, you have the flashlight. Of course, this thing gets pretty bright and will drain the battery, but if you need a flashlight on the go, that's how you could shine some light. And if you switch to the other side, you also have strobes and a red light if you need to be spotted a lot quicker. Airplane mode, nothing new there. You got the water, AirDrop, great way to control your AirPods, walkie-talkie, and then down here is the new school mode. When you turn this on, it will basically turn your watch into a dummy version of a watch, I guess. You're basically stuck with this watch face, and to exit off of that, very similar to the digital crown rotation movement you have to do whenever you have it on water lock. You just rotate it, and it's going to confirm if you really want to exit. But it just gives you this basic watch face. And all the way at the very bottom, you can still edit now, but you can now delete some of these and hide the ones that you really don't need. So that's new. And now, if we open up an application real quick, and we tap and hold the top part, here you can see your notifications. And for press, or 3D press, it's gone now. The way you clear your notification, you have to scroll all the way up and clear all. That's how you do it nowadays. Other important things to also be aware of is by double tapping the digital crown, this will cause your device to go switch between the previously two open apps. So if you want to quickly switch from one app to the recent one, that's how you do that. The power button will launch App Switcher, which you could use digital crown to navigate to the most recent app that's running in the background. If there's an application ever acting funny, of course, you could always tap on the app, press and hold the power button until you get to this page, and just hold down on the digital crown until the application itself closes. That's how you force close on any Apple Watch. And don't forget, even though this is a Series 3 Apple Watch, you still have Apple Pay. So double tap the power button on the side, it will actually allow you to set up Apple Pay right here. But I haven't done it on this device yet, but you can do that on the Apple Watch app on your iPhone if you want to set up your credit cards. So nifty new changes on the Apple Watch, even on the Series 3, since it's on watchOS 7, is now you have the ability to share some of these watch faces. So by long pressing on the home screen right here, there's a little up arrow icon. When you click on here, just enter anybody's contact information you have on your contacts, and you can literally send them that exact watch face. And you have additional options here like create a custom message, and if there's complications, you could turn them on or off so they don't have to download it if it requires like a third-party app. And then there's also new complications while we're at it at this subject. So if you long press back over here again, slide to the complication tab, tap on the space that you want to select it. Now whenever you use the digital crown, you'll notice it's in alphabetical order now. So it's easier to navigate. One of the new complications that got recently added is the sleep, which you can set up. So if you want to quickly enable that mode, you can also click on it this way. Additional complication that got added for the Series 3 is the camera app. Now there's a complication for it, so you could quickly select it like so, and now whenever you click on it, it will immediately launch the camera app on your iPhone, and you can view it all right here on your display. And of course you have all the other settings as well. You just don't have the ability to switch to video, unfortunately. That you have to physically grab your phone to switch between those two different modes. So with WatchOS 6, previously we got Webkit, which you can still do on this Apple Watch if you request Siri to open up like a website by just simply saying a website. You can literally launch it right here, and the web browser will load right there on your wrist. So if you need to do some last minute research, you can do that, as well as navigate the web browser this way as well. But you still have raise to speak, which this works very well whenever you raise your Apple Watch. You don't have to use the name, hey, the S word to launch Siri. You can just literally raise your wrist and Siri will immediately begin listening to the first sentence you say. If this isn't set up yet on your watch, you can just quickly go into your settings, go into the Siri tab, and right here just enable the raise to speak. But a nifty tool that Siri did receive during this update is Siri can now do translation. So you literally tell Siri anything and it will translate the language. So you can literally ask Siri, how do you say good morning in Spanish? Just unfortunately on the Series 3, you need to have AirPods or some type of Bluetooth headphones for you to actually hear the translation. Unfortunately, it doesn't speak out loud like the Series 4 or newer Apple Watch do. Then when receiving a phone call, you can quickly transfer the call just like so. And if you also notice, before you do that, there's also little response here that you can actually select in case you don't have time to answer the call or something. Handoff Mode is a nifty cool trick or tool that I definitely recommend others to have enabled. What basically it allows you to do is whenever you have an app open on the Apple Watch and you want to quickly switch from that device to another device like your phone or tablet, as in our example, you can simply tap on this little icon like so. You could do the same thing on your iPhone. When you open up multitask, you'll see this little bottom card right here. Tap on that. It will quickly take you from where you last left off on your Apple Watch to the app on your iPhone. If you don't see handoff mode enabled, just quickly hop on to the setting tab on your Apple Watch, go down to general, and here is where you can find handoff. Just go ahead and enable that, and now you have that feature unlocked. While we're still here, nightstand mode, I also recommend keeping this thing on. What basically this allows you to do, whenever you dock your watch to charge, if it's sideways or straight, it will always display the time like so, and will activate the screen on the slightest movements. And you can tap the little lightning bolt if you want to see the exact percentage. When using the workout app, you can skip the timer by simply tapping on the screen like so. Then in addition to that, if you double tap the display, this will create different segments. If you need to manually pause your workout, just tap the digital crown and power button at the same time. It will pause and you can resume back by doing it again. And if your device took a screenshot or you're wondering how you could take a screenshot, just simply go into your settings and just go down to screenshots and you can see it right here. Just enable or disable that depending on your personal preference in the general tab. Oh, and then a thing I almost failed to mention is Siri now has support for offline dictation. So even if your device is not connected to the internet, Siri should be still able to understand and take the most basic commands. In correlation to the fitness side of things, the fitness app, if you actually click on it, if you scroll down in the activity tab, you can actually change your activity goal right here on the watch, so no longer you have to use the app on your phone. If you're getting tired of the breathe reminder, just go into your settings, scroll all the way down to the breathe. Here it is. And just go ahead and turn that off if you don't like it giving you notifications constantly. And while we're still in the setting tab, if you actually scroll up a little bit until you see battery right here, now you actually have a battery graph. But not only that, if you're buying this watch used, I definitely recommend checking out the battery life health. Here you can see the max capacity. So this watch is still green. And then lastly, the most important feature to definitely know is just change the grid view to a list view. Just go into your settings and then go down to app view. Here you can select list view, and this is how you could get this layout or the other. And there you have it. Those were some nice things you can still do on the Series 3 Apple Watch, and some cool settings to definitely check out. If you enjoyed, like to see more, make sure you are subscribed, as I got some accessory videos coming out soon. So in the meantime, if you'd like to see the previous accessory video, you can go ahead and watch this video over here, as some of those accessories are still compatible even on this Apple Watch. And then that video over there, that's just a video that YouTube is suggesting specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.